My name is Benton Tate with QC Unlimited, DBA, Prescribed for Life Nutritional Products. I'm showing you a demonstration on how to put together the stand-up display for the Mixxx cocktail mix product line. There are 4 flavors in this mix, and we're going to begin with each individual display that comes with the system. We're going to pan through here to see what the components are that make up the entire display and the shipper. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is put together the piece that holds the actual cocktail mixes. And the way that we do these is that we flip this over with the large end towards us, and we punch out all of these tabs that are inside the unit. If you don't punch them out prior to putting it together, they always get in the way and they really slow down the whole process. So you've got to tear off all of the tabs. It is a little bit of a lengthy process to do this, but they have to be done. So I like to get all of them done. There are 4 flavors, so there are 4 cartons that hold the flavor. We're also doing this as a timing to see how long it takes to actually, from start to finish, put together one complete display. Some tabs might fall out on their own, but most of them do not, as you can see. You can sweep up later. Now you take one tab at a time and you do your fold on these corners. After you do your fold on these corners, then you stand these up, push these tabs in with your finger to hold this down in place. Bring the front up, and the front's going to come up and over. As it does, there are tabs underneath that each one of these will lock into. The sides lock into the side. Then what you're going to do is pick up these flaps, and they're going to go inside the little triangle, and you bring it up and then bring this over. You can't bring it all the way forward until you get this to clear the front. And then when you pick the back up, they'll interlock into the triangle and your back is complete. Then you've got these V-shaped pieces. Each one of these will go inside. There's a tab where you punched out all those little tabs. These components will fit in each one of those. As you can see, they have little notches there and there, which fit into where you did the punch outs of the tabs. So there's one. We'll set it aside. While we took the break, I completed the other 3 inserts that hold the product. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to put these together. 2, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 that go in each slot. 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. So this is your margarita display. This is going to be at the top of the display box. It's going to show first because margarita is the most popular. So what we're going to do is take your divider, stick it in here. This is for shipping purposes. It will fold over, and we'll show you what we do with that next. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Now, one of the reasons why we have to do this for the shipper is to keep these from flying around and for the display to be completely neat by the time it arrives to the customer. Strawberry will be on the second level. This is your pina colada. You got to pull the tabs off of this as well. And then, of course, the last one is mudslide. The mudslide is the thickest of all the packets because of the amount of cocoa. The cocoa is very fluffy, so it's the thickest packet of all of them. So you got to have a little bit more care and attention. And then I'm short one of these covers, which we'll do that in the next segment of the video. Now what we're going to do is put together the unit that holds all 4 of these package display units. So this is the unit. We're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to take out all of the tabs where they notched out so that they're out of your way when you put the unit together. I would suggest making sure that you have a nice big 8-foot table before you put it together. Now, in putting this together, you have 3 other pieces. These 3 pieces, I like to go ahead and fold them and get them all ready. And it's because it's much easier. These side flaps, they fold down. All of it folds to the black side. So fold them into the black side. And if you do this ahead of time, it's much easier to put this together. So fold them in, set them aside. Now this has a double fold on it as well, and you want to get that double fold so that you have a nice thick shelf. That's what these are. These are the shelves that hold up that unit. So when you get one side done, just stick your fingernails in there to crease it, and then you get that side done so you get a good fold, and then bend your flaps in. So you can set your shelves over there to the side, now that they've been creased. These, you can see this, most of this display all have these double creases. And they're very important that you get the double creases. You start over here, you can do it this way and get your double creases done that way. That way your unit's going to go together properly. Okay, now when you start putting your unit together, you're going to have this, you're going to get this ready because this is going to fold. You're going to fold this end, and this end. And as you start to put it together, you're going to take this first side and start to put it in. Now, this is where your shelf comes in. You can get this. The shelf has got to sit underneath there and behind this flap. Then you can push, you can go ahead and set your sides there. Set your side there. And then you can go ahead and close your end. And you want to make sure that those tabs go in and lock. Everything is in and locked. Now, you've got your first shelf in. You're getting ready to fold this down. So you have to be ready for your next shelf. So push your shelf in. You lock it in. You lock that in. Now you're ready to put in your third and final shelf. You make sure you snug these shelves up against there before you lock into your tabs. And then your final one, you just push it in. Then you're ready to close this, flip it over, fold it around. This has that double edge too. Lock it in, get those tabs down in there. Now you've got your display that's holding your units. And all are in there, and all are nice and snug and tight. Now, the next step that you're going to do is that you're going to put your units in there getting ready for shipping. All right, now that you've put together your holder for your individual displays, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pack this and get it ready for shipping. Obviously, I'm going to show you this. When the customer gets this, obviously this is the way it's going to be displayed. The products are going to be displayed this way. But we're shipping this and we want to make sure that it gets there safely. So we're turning the display around and we're putting it in face first for shipping purposes. So that's, since Mudslide is going to be on the bottom, Pina Colada will be next. And you want to make sure that they fit completely in and underneath the shelf so they stay snug. The next one is your berry daiquiri. And then the final one at the top is your margarita. Then once you get it in, you can lay it over and snug it down. Make sure that they're all in to the shelf unit so that when we pack it, you're going to get a good, snug packing. So we set that aside. Now it's time to get the base ready to go into the box for shipping. This is the stand-up unit that holds all of your Mixxx on your display. So this has got to be prepared. Obviously, you see, it's not going to fit in the shipper. So we have got to get this prepared and ready. There's a crease that runs down center. This is already creased. This is the second crease. You can't really see it, but you can feel in between here, and you can feel the crease. So when you get that crease, then you just bend it there. Now you know that this unit is going to fit in the box. You see that? So it's going to fit in the shipper. Now what you have to do, you have to go both ways to make sure that you're creased and you're ready to get it in. Now what you have to do is fold this unit in to itself. As you can see, you've got a perforated line all the way across there. Now this unit has got to be folded this way so that the perforated line is in the center. You've got another perforated line here. So you've got to push in right there gently at the perforated line. So once you do that, now you've got this ready to be able to pack into the shipper. Now it will, as you can see, it'll fit in the box. This is your header, and that will go in the box as well. This is the shipper. Open up the shipper. Now you're going to set your box. I always put the header in last. So the first thing we want to do is slide the full display right into the shipper box. After you do that, you're going to take this unit and slide it in. Tell you what, we'll mix that, remember that we flip this over so that this will slide very easily on the back side of the unit holder. Then you don't have it hitting any of the edges. And then your header will just, you take your header, you've got a fold mark here, you take your header, you fold it there. Put it in between your shipper. This unit is now completed, ready to label and ship out.